Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back. Another stream for Flight Sim. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining me today. You guys hear me okay? Everything good? Thanks, Tom. Tom was, I think, the first one, followed very closely by Scotsman. How are you guys doing? Where did you want me to fly again today, Tom? We can probably take that as the first flight. EDX, good morning. Thanks for joining, man. And have a safe flight as well. Welcome also, Waldo. Let's see if I can help you with that autopilot thing. The video should help, but let's see how far that progresses for you. Yarbla. How is Animal Crossing Land? How far have you gone? Have you stopped playing yet? Hey Patrick, thank you for joining. Were you in Jack's stream too? Hey Xargus, thanks for the bits, man. Happy to have you here again. Feel free to leave me on the TV. TV is good, alright. Really a geek? I would classify myself as one. No risks, Sarkias. Good luck with the work. Thanks, Tom. Charlotte, Cincinnati, Ohio. Copenhagen to Dusseldorf. Ooh, sounds interesting. So we can fly somewhere in Europe. Yeah, just leave me in the background. When you get the 10,000 points, just use that up. So we can fly there. Animal Crossing is great. I played a lot the past few days. I know the feeling. Yeah, when they're being upgraded. The museum and town hall. I think what hurts the most is when Nook's Granny is getting upgraded. You can't sell anything. Can't buy anything. Enjoy, blah. Your favorite route. I'll have to try that. I don't think I've flown there yet. In any sim. Anyway, for today guys, as the title implies, we are in we will be trying out the CJ4 mod. I just found this last night and I was super excited because I've been staying away generally from the jets, from the airliners, because they were pretty raw, they were pretty toyish, and mainly the computer systems, the FMS, the flight management system, doesn't work very well. It's just like props. But the working title, that's the name of the group. They've grouped together and have been working on the CJ4. And they released, I think just yesterday or 2 days ago at most, their mod, their initial version of the mod, which adds a lot of realistic features to this plane that you're seeing in front of us. So it is looking pretty promising. I have never flown it though, so that's one caveat. We'll have to fumble around together, but it is quite similar to a 737 in a way, because the FMS I think is very similar in terms of the pages, the layout, the structure. So I shouldn't be totally lost, but I don't know how it feels flying, so we'll try and figure it out together. That might be a bad way to start, but yeah, let's see. Alright. So let's go and get into the sim. I now have 72 hours in the sim of flying, I think that is. Mostly with the TBM, I guess. Ah, there you go. Thanks a lot, Tom. Let's work with that. Let's make sure your points are put to good use. Let's put in a tail number here. November, what's a good one? CJ4 1 Charlie Lima. I don't know if that makes sense. That might be a bit too long, but that's okay. And then let's put in Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Alright, weight and balance, let's keep it as it is. I think we'll need full fuel though, because I heard that this plane is a guzzler. The fuel flow, the fuel consumption has not been fixed yet, so at the moment it's still burning like crazy. So let's put that to the max. Right, so the route that you wanted was... no worries, Tom. Thanks, man. Thanks for making that effort. Alright, let's go together into Little Navmap and plug that in. I'm using the new version of Little Navmap 2.6.0. It's very useful. Very much synchronized with... What happened? Are we still live? I hope so. Because my window's just minimized. Let's change the size of the map here. Put that as new. So we wanted to go to... Still live, okay, good. Oh, were we flying in Stockholm? Ah, okay, so this is Europe. I thought you were telling me something about the Smoky Mountains thing. Okay, that's cool. So the tail number is actually wrong. Copenhagen, Kastrup. Okay, so let's see where that is. 300 nautical miles from Stockholm to Copenhagen. So we're flying in Europe today. Nice. Ah, I see. Alright, Tom. No worries. We are good with this. So that is the direct path. Let's have a look at the weather. At Stockholm. Is this the biggest airport in Stockholm? Is anyone familiar with this? 175 at 6 knots, so probably the runway that's best for us would be 19, left or right. So let's look for departure procedures. Let's go 19. Which one is longer? 19 right is 10,000 feet. 19 left is 8,000 feet. But 19 left is easier to go to. So let's pick 19 left. Alright, so let's pick a departure procedure for 19 left. And let's zoom out here. Let's check out the different departure procedures. See which one fits best for us. So what I'm doing here is comparing the yellow line with the blue line. The blue line is the departure procedure. So the closest one that goes to the yellow line is the most on the way route, basically. So like that, looks perfect. That one also looks good. So it's very easy to pick which departure procedure would be best for you. This looks okay. Diggle 5 Quebec. Let's pick that one. So let's insert that to the flight plan, and now the yellow line changes. It adjusts with that kind of departure procedure. 19 left. Stockholm works great as well. Nice. You picked international airports, so they're big runways. Great, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Man, these places look very familiar, huh? We've driven through this in ETS2 a lot, this route. Isn't that the famous area? Where was it? The Denmark connection to Sweden, that long bridge and with the tunnel. I wonder if I'll be able to see that from here. But then again, I'll probably be too busy trying to stay afloat, stay airborne with the plane. Alright, so wow, not very good weather right now in Copenhagen. We are IFR. Visibility is 1.1 nautical miles. Normally it's around 10 or more. So we have moderate mist. The winds are not bad, but it's low visibility. So good luck to us. 22 left looks good. So let's pick an arrival procedure. Let's pick 22 left. Let's see if there's a procedure that works for us. There's also an ILS approach here, so that's good. Even though it might not be the best visibility, we can still land. Just won't be good for sightseeing. Zoom out here. Nothing coming from the northeast. Interesting. The closest one is that one. Erno 1 November. On to... Yeah, I can take that. It's a bit off the way, but that's okay. 22 Lima. Transition full. Nah. Yeah, that looks good. Although the sim is not going to be able to detect that, so I think, yeah, let's just pick the full one. It is a bit weird, this combination. I don't think it works very well. Let's remove the departure, the approach. One sec, guys. Hang with me for a bit. That one. So I think we can get rid of the star and just go straight to the approach, because anyway we'll be overflying the airport, looks like, and then we'll be turning around, and that will be the approach. That might actually work better. Okay, and then I can plan this. Let's say we're headed to the west, so that should be an even number. Flight level 440 I guess would work best for this plane. Let's adjust that. All airways, calculate, and then it will find the waypoints that are good for us. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys. Stick with me for a bit. Alright, that looks good. We can work with that. Get back. The bridge had told you to drive over in ATS. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Looks good. Let's try it out. Fumble around with it together. Let me save this flight plan. So save that, and then also save it as, export it as an FMS plan. That. Right, and that looks good. So let me put that back in here. And now I should be able to load it up in the sim. That's the one, Arlanda to Castro. There it is. So Diggle 5 Quebec, and then an approach ILS-22 left. That looks pretty good. The only thing we need to change is our starting position. So let's pick somewhere close, and this is one trick. Don't click here, because if you click here and set this as your starting point, the waypoints will get refreshed. So instead, look for the number you want to use. For example, that one, 127, and pick from the drop-down list. I know it's a bit strange, but that's the way it works, so that it wouldn't destroy the flight plan you set initially. There you go. That should work. Mostly. We'll see. Okay. Let's see if the cruising altitude was set correctly. Yes, it is. 44,000 feet. Good. Alright. And then we'll just change the time, because we don't want to fly at night. Not for the first time. Let's set somewhere dark, so we get a bit of sunrise. That would be nice. That one maybe. Looks good. Right. Let's fly it. Awesome. You'll be lagging a bit here, but that should be quick enough. And then I'll turn off the preview so we don't lag even more. That's great, Tom. Thanks for thinking of the others as well. Very considerate. Let's see, how is my system doing? 63% RAM being used at the moment. Let's load up pilot to ATC at the same time. Why not? We do have RAM. We do have a bit of CPU. Because we'll be using pilot to ATC for our guidance and not the built-in ATC. I've had it with the built-in ATC. First time here, so things will get loaded. Will probably lag a bit. as things get loaded in, but shouldn't take too much time. I love the morning, the sunrise. Looks pretty good. Let's enable FSU IPC to connect pilot to ATC and flight sim. There's the flight plan. Now what I try to do here, it's a bit not most straightforward, importing from little Navmap to pilot to ATC. I have not had a smooth, like seamless thing here. So what I do is I go to the flight plan, go to here, where is it, the paper, so that I get the text version of that entire route to clipboard. I copy that basically, and then in here I say FP import. So I go and pick SimBrief flight plan database. I'm not really sure if this is the correct thing, but this more or less works. So 309 440, let's try that. So that loads up most of the waypoints, but you have to still plug things in manually, like the cruising altitude 440, planned ground speed, I don't know, maybe 309 or something. But I think that 309 is for the TBM and not for the citation. So it also gives us a different, yeah, so this one you have to still plug in manually. 19 left is what we chose. Diggle 5 Quebec. Okay. What did we pick here? Digley or Nosli? Let me just review. Nosli. Looks like Nosli. Yeah, okay. Hey bot, thanks for joining, man. How are you? So star nothing. We do have an approach though. Runway 22 left if I remember correctly, and then we pick the transition, a CAS transition, I believe that is. That's the one in the airport. Let me verify. Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's load that up. Cinnamon rolls from the airport. Yes, please. And some coffee would be nice. Let's connect. We are connected. That's good. So citation. Call sign would be citation. I shouldn't have picked November because that's in the US. But anyway. CJ4 1 Charlie Lima. So they would call us Citation 1 Charlie Lima most probably. That looks good there. Alright, let's leave this here on this side. Awesome. Wonders of the world. The people are the wonders of the world. No worries, Tom. That's what the chat is for. Yeah, Scotsman, if we finish early enough here, we'll jump there and do some sightseeing. Going to watch a pro pilot do his thing. Ooh, which pilot is that? Alright, let me also open Navigraph. As you can see, so many different applications just to really simulate the realistic experience, but it's all worth the effort for me. I do love it. Okay. So here, Navigraph this time. Flights. New flight from file. Load it up. The PLN file that we loaded. Now, it's not very accurate either here. So I still have to find the proper way to do this, but so far it works. It's just not very fluid. Just have to pick these very manually one at a time, and it's not that important in this case. This is just another map, but I mainly use this for charts. CAS would be the transition. There you go. And now what I just do is go here, open the charts, and I just pin all the charts that I would need, the airport and the departure mainly. Diggle 5 Quebec, I think that is. That should be good to start. So here's the airport chart. That's where we are. Pretty close. So we probably will be given either a mic or a whiskey taxiway instruction to 19 left. Very short. Should be on our back, so we'll have to make a U-turn somehow. We'll see. And then the departure, the Diggle 5 Quebec departure would be this one. Diggle 5 Quebec would be here, 19 left. So we are above 530 feet at Sierra Alpha 551, 183 degree track here. And then we have a max 220 knot limit on Sierra Alpha 564. Should be at or above 1500 feet. We turn right, 234 degrees, and then we just follow the waypoints. No fancy VOR or anything, just waypoints all the way. That's fine. Okay. Let's see if the instructions are the same. Climb on 183, track 2, yeah. So if you have RNAV, if you have GPS properly working, you just follow those GPS points. But it does say here, if your aircraft is not RNAV capable, then you can use the VOR 3.5 Arlanda VOR. So 3.5 miles away, you do that. So that's pretty cool actually. There is an alternate in case your GPS screws up, which is in this sim that happens quite often. Transition altitude 5,000. Okay. Alright, let's see how that works. Where can I do this? Me? Pro pilot? Think you have the wrong guy. Thanks anyway. Hey Calvin. Hey Xaviate, how are you guys doing? Sorry, I was a bit busy there. Alright, let's go and start this. Check out the CJ4 mod. Ooh. Why are we stuck here? Did we drink or something? There we go. Okay. So how do you start this thing? That's a good question. If I remember correctly, so I reviewed the checklist a while ago. Make sure the parking brake is set. That is set because it is pulled. Generators are on. Battery we turn on. Here things pulling up. Avionics, put that to dispatch. So now we have a little bit of avionics just to make it for the flight planning, plugging in the data ideally, and probably requesting for clearance, things like that. Actually, let's do that. So if we look under this one, where are the comms, guys? Tune, there you go, tuning. So we tune into clearance delivery 121.82. Oh, but before that, let me fix pilot to ATC. I think I currently still have Asia voices because I've been using this for my on-air company in the Philippines. Let me switch voices to Europe. There you go. And let me switch back to decimal instead of point. There you go. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, so let's tune that in 121.82. Put that in COM1. That's a bit strange. I guess it's expecting me to put in the decimals. Normally, in other planes, it would automatically distinguish where the decimal should be. Not really, huh? Maybe I'm putting it on the different one. Put it on standby, maybe? Don't tell me this is not working. Power is still off. told you guys we're fumbling around here. 121.820. Let's put it like that. Where can we save it if not here? Next page? No, that's okay. That's ADF. Just keeps on saying invalid entry. Well, maybe we'll have to start the plane before we can do anything.
Oral warning, okay.
Ooh, interesting. Hey, Glitchy. Thank you for joining, guys. Sorry, it's going to be a bit of a slow start. As I mentioned, very new to this. Turn on the beacon, turn on the nav lights. The others we can let go for now. And they're not actually working quite yet. Yeah, if anyone knows how to use change frequencies in this plane. Am I doing something wrong? Okay, but that looks good. So we have the beacons on, so we should be able to start the engine. That would be right here. We turn off track IR for now, so it's not wiggly. It should start. There we go. N2 is climbing. Once N2 reaches 20%, we start introducing fuel. We start the engine also a bit spooling up. And then we put this one. Run. That should, I guess, introduce fuel to the engine and allow for the continuous startup to proceed. There we go. So now we monitor the N1 and the ITT. There's the temperature climbing. I'm assuming that shouldn't reach the red line, shouldn't go through there. And the N1 should continue climbing and not do a stall or hung start. And around 20% N1, I would imagine, is when we would say we would have a good engine. But basically that climb should stabilize. There you go. Around 20% N1. Looks good. You have a good engine too. Let's start engine 1. Same banana here. Scotsman knows. Hey Sparksaw. Scotsman, you have to help me here. 10% N2. Wait for it again. Oil pressure is climbing. 20%. Run. Awesome stuff. There it is. Let's go outside and hear if it's better sounding. It is much better. Wow. That looks beautiful. Look at that sunrise, guys. This sim just has the best lighting ever. Most realistic I've ever seen. Looking good there. Okay. So we have 2 good engines. Starter cut off. Awesome. Avionics can go on now. Alright, maybe this time I can plug in the comms. We'll see. We'll try. Okay, so we put in 121.82. Oh, don't do this to me. How the heck can I do this? That's the TCAS. That's a different one. Maybe that's bugged? I don't know. That's your squawk code. Just says invalid entry anywhere. I would assume that's where we tune stuff in. That's normally where it goes unless there is something here. Not really. Press B here so we get the proper altimeter setting. Hey Darth. Yeah, that computer that I was fiddling with. Some floodlights. Twin engines, yes. Let's see if I missed anything. Nav data. These things don't work, I think. Alright. Leave that in. So how the heck do we change this? Power is on now and it is able to detect my standby settings. What I can do is change stuff in via pilot to ATC. So I have this window right here. This is from pilot to ATC. I should be able to change the frequencies through this one. It does feel a bit like cheating, but I mean, if it works, why not? So there, I tune in the standby. I transfer that to active. Does that work? 121.850. That doesn't really get updated. Maybe that's just static. That's a bit of a party pooper. Okay, but in any case, we should start hearing the clearance delivery now. Let's see if we can get clearance. So we are tuned somewhere, it's just not syncing up with the plane. Maybe they introduced that bug. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. We can verify that in here. So if we tune in the clearance on 121.830, yeah, see, that doesn't work. Doesn't change the frequencies in there. Nope, those are broken. Okay, fine. Let's work with this outside then. Alright. Maybe that's one of the effects. The side effects. Okay, let's use pilot to ATC. Citation 1 Charlie Lima, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, we don't have a flight plan on file for you.
I forgot to file it. Validate and file. We have an Indian air traffic controller in Sweden. Does that fit? Not high systems fidelity sim as yet. Yes, that's very true. Welcome to the stream, by the way. But this mod helps with that. In some areas, it is actually quite good. Just not in the radio, unfortunately, it seems. But we'll test it out. Yes, the plane should be better than it was before. I'll just get my clearance here and then I'll get back to you guys. Citation 1 Charlie Lima, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima is cleared to Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel, flying via the Diggle 5Q departure, with a nozzle transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 19 left. Climb to flight level 120 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 7 minutes after departure. Squawk 3616.
3616. I wonder if this one can work. Okay, let's have our co-pilot read that back.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima is cleared to Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel, climb via the DIGL 5Q departure with the no-SLE transition, then is filed, climb to flight level 120 via the departure, expect higher clearances 7 minutes after departure, squawk 3616.
Right.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, read back correct.
Awesome.
QNH is 1004, contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi. Have a good morning.
QNH is 1004, ground on 121.7, citation 1 Charlie Lima.
Okay, so if we look at the FMS, this is where they put in the most work, this mod. They added a lot of stuff in. I was still trying to read up on it, but they put in so many different features. The direct should be working properly at the very least. It shouldn't do that common bug where you are thrown back to the old waypoint and do like a 180. They say that's fixed. They have all these menus now. For flight plan, it it mostly looks correct. A lot of the pages aren't implemented yet, but here you can choose the runway, the departure. The performance is, I think, the biggest update, because now you can actually do a performance in it here. I can check that against what we have. So 5709 pounds of fuel, indeed. Passenger weight, we have how many? We have 4 passengers and no cargo. And then we do have cargo, 150. So 4 passengers, 150 pounds. There you go. So our gross weight should be 16,860. That's close enough, I guess. Zero fuel weight. Okay, see that there. And then if we go for takeoff, this is actually, I think, what they implemented recently. So if you look at the winds here, 02. Little Navmap should have something more accurate for me. 191 at 02. There you go. So we have 1 knot headwind. Temperature outside is 17 degrees Celsius. So put in 17. QNH is 2972. It only supports inches of mercury at the moment. Text to hectopascal. So put that in. And then if you go to the next page, then we actually get V-speeds. It is calculated and you can adjust that. If you don't have flaps, those adjust. If you have anti-ice, the takeoff flight, there is the field length, takeoff field length changes. And those V-speeds, instead of having something static in the V-speeds here, you can actually send them, and those turn magenta, and those are put in the speed tape. So you have proper guidance based on your weight, based on your fuel, based on the weather. That is super cool. And the same goes for arrival, for approach. You can also plug things in and it will probably give you the approach speed. That's exactly what I'm looking for, because if you don't have the correct approach speed, you will float, you will sink, and things can get hairy very fast. Alright. Decimal like in start dates, that's true. Center monitor is for Twitch, which one? Tower voice is hard to understand at points, don't worry, I'll translate it for you. Good evening, Bri. Good morning. Thanks for joining. How are you? Okay, so with this one, we can go probably turn on the flight director, nav mode. It's hard to read the annunciations there. LNAV1 pitch. Yaw damper, we'll turn that on later. VNAV, I don't think it works yet. Do they have a flight level change? We do have a flight level change. Vertical speed, flight level change, okay. And autopilot. So if you saw as well in the perf menu, there's a VNAV setup. I was pretty hopeful here, but I don't think it works quite yet. It's just the pages for now, but doesn't have function yet. But yeah, they are improving it constantly. And I assume later on, those two panels should be independent of each other. They shouldn't just mirror each other. Okay, how's our fuel doing? Let's set flaps to 15. Where is the fuel here? Fuel pounds area, 2844, 2840. If you check the mods list, exclamation point mods, all my mods for Flight Sim are there. Just look for the Flight Sim 2020 tab. Right, let's switch over to ground. And let's ask for taxi instructions. Let me load up the chart here so we know where we're getting guided. Ground Citation 1 Charlie Lima, ready to taxi. They didn't understand me. Ground Citation 1 Charlie Lima, ready to taxi.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima taxi to runway 19 left via taxiways Mike, Whiskey Hotel, hold short runway 19 left.
Taxi to runway 19 left via taxiways Mike Whiskey Hotel. Hold short runway 19 left, citation 1 Charlie Lima.
Check taxi New Gate Delta 75 55, cross runway 17.
Where is Whiskey Hotel?
Whiskey 5, cross 187 Delta 46. Yes, please
Mike
confirm you get
Whiskey,
Delta
maybe
7.
one of those. But yeah, it looks like we do a 180. We make a U-turn, we take Mike, and then we go on to 19 left right there. Alright. Let's get going, guys. Let's release. Let's get back my track IR. There you go. No wonder something felt weird. And then let's put on the taxi lights. Let's turn off the parking brakes. Off we go. How are the trims? Trims are for takeoff, looks like. Yeah, looks good. Hear the engine spooling up. Alright, here we are. So let's get on this taxiway and then we'll turn right here.
Delta 70 after crossing Delta Alpha Alpha 13. Crossing Delta Alpha Alpha 13.
First time flying this jet. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Not really sure how it behaves. It's kind of hard to see the speeds from down here, huh? Those texts are kind of small. I think they also changed the fonts. I'm not sure how it looked in the beginning. Okay. Looks like this plane doesn't have synthetic vision. It's fine. So we don't see the taxiways here on the PFD.
46 Whiskey, Cold Tower, Papa 9,
Alright, so let's follow this. We should get to 19er left soon.
Decimal 230.
Cover that. 119.230 orange 46.
Correct, bye-bye. Bye.
Slow down. Go back to idle. Is this the right one? I hope so. We don't have the most taxiway labelings. That's probably not the technical term, but this is runway 19er left. There you go. Pretty straightforward. Right, we should be transferred to tower soon. Might have to request it by ourselves. Stop before the hold short lines. Put in the parking brake again.
Oral warning, okay.
Does it always say that? Citation 1 Charlie Lima, request change frequency to tower.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, contact Arlanda Tower on 118.5. Have a good one.
118.5. Good morning. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Okay. Do that. Do a transfer. Looks good. Before we contact him, let's make sure that we're ready. Landing lights are on. Strobes are on. What else? What else, guys? I don't know. 1 second, I'm fumbling around. Push the barrow. Where do you look at the range in this thing? This one? Trying to look if there's a way I can zoom in there. Anyway, we'll make it work. Okay, so let me review the chart for departure. Flaps are set. Heading bug, that's the one I missed. Thank you. Set runway heading. So 183, we follow the waypoints. Okay, that should be straightforward. I wouldn't fumble around with the VORs and everything. Just keep it basic for now. Alright. We're runway heading. There's the heading. The heading bug is normally adjusted using this key. Runway heading is 185 degrees. I do love those very subtle sounds of the knobs. Looks good. 185. There you go, 185 knots. Awesome. Hey HUD, glad you made it. How are you? Trims are good. Thank you. Tower Citation 1 Charlie Lima ready for departure. Runway 19 left.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, winds are 174 at 6 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 19 left.
Ooh, that's all new. Interesting. That's a bad sign. Amps are at negative 498. Cleared for takeoff, runway 19 left. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. I've seen that problem in other planes as well. I'm not sure if that will bite us later. But it seems like in some planes the alternator isn't working, so the battery just loses its charge. Reset the generators. Will that work? We'll try this one, but in order to do that, we'll have to go to off position, which might not be the best. Is that sure to make it work, or is that just going to try? Because we might lose something. Well, we still have one generator. Let's try it. Alright. Yeah, it just goes back to the other one. Reset it. Then up it. Nah, still the same. Okay. Never mind. Let's see how far we can go with the current limitations. Also, I would assume that with this plane I can just go full throttle, and there should be some kind of computer mechanism that controls my thrust so that I don't overexert the engine during takeoff. But we'll see if something goes red. Right? Here we go. After a long delay, here we are. Something going red. Not that I can see. V-speeds are very hard to see at the moment. It's V1, rotate. Wow, that's a very rocky landing. There you go. Alright, positive rate. Gear up. That is very hard to see, my goodness. Nav mode is on. Let's go for flight level change. Let's turn on the autopilot. Oh, I should have looked for the autopilot button beforehand. Right, flaps up. Your damper on.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, contact Melbourne Control
Autopilot.
on 118.0. Enjoy your morning.
Okay. Phew. Center on 118.0. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. What's this guy doing then? We are climbing like crazy. Let's pull back on the throttle here. I did set my flight level change to 190 knots. So that should be calming down. There you go. It's very hard to see from afar though. There's the bit. Oh, how beautiful is that, guys? How beautiful is that? Let's take a photo there. Photo first before we sink. But yeah, the autopilot has us well in hand. Right, 118.0. Tune into center here. Center, Citation 1 Charlie Lima, climbing to flight level 120.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, good morning. Radar contact.
Moves to standby standard altimeter, which doesn't work. So we go back to 2992 manually. My goodness, that is a small font. Right, looks good. We're climbing steadily here. Starters for these jets are also used as the generators. Starters are disengaged. Yeah, I think it's a common problem in the patch 2. I've also had the same problem in the Cessna Caravan and in other G1000 planes. There's another aircraft there. Airport rather. The interior looks
Citation
a bit old,
1
yeah.
Charlie Lima, climb and maintain flight level 220.
That's the appeal, I think. Climb and maintain flight level 220. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. My goodness, how the heck can you see those panels? Would imagine there should be some kind of brightness setting. Should be safe to... Actually, this is not too bad, huh? In terms of the autopilot behavior, it's actually behaving quite well. It's pitching up very gradually. It's respecting the speed I set. Not bad at all. Right, Bri. Have a good one. How are you doing, HUD? Glad you could join. I said hi a while ago. I think you might have missed it though. Or I might have missed something. Man, that looks good. Is there a way to brighten the panels, guys? That's what I think we need to do. It has something to do with the lighting, I guess. Exterior lighting is that one. We are beyond 10,000 feet, so we can turn off the landing lights. Dimming. There it is. Oh my goodness, that helps a lot. Yes, go full brightness. That helps a ton. I should have done that a while ago. How about this one? The panels. Yes, put in the panels lighting there. Max it out. Awesome. That helps. Video's not playing. Oh my goodness. Are you on mobile? That kind of sucks. Beyond 10,000 feet, so we should be able to just push forward here. Let's maybe adjust our... I'm not sure what is the best rate of climb for this one. If I pick the reference menu... Oh, there is nothing there. Okay. Let's just adjust the flight level, the speed. See how gradually it tries to pitch to match the new adjusted speeds. It's quite nice. That's fair. I think that's a fair rate of climb. Not sure if that's fair for a jet, but I'm okay with that. Currently at school like a zombie. 2 hours of sleep. Oh my goodness. Insomnia again? Hang in there, man. Oh, that looks so good. My goodness.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Flight level 320. TBM 1 Charlie Lima. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Got so used to TBM. Go to 310. At least I can see it barely now. That kind of works for me. We're climbing at a rate of 2,500. 2,800 feet per minute. Which I guess not bad for a jet. We're on full throttle here, 100%. But ITT is good. I wonder why ITT is not the same between the two engines. Does look a bit weird that way. The amps are still not working. We'll see if the plane just dies later on. I hope not. Set that to standard altimeter. Looking good. Alright. What is that? Oh, bot attack. Lots of guys to ban, I guess, huh? Okay. Let's ban these guys. I hope I don't click the wrong person. There you go. Does that work? Complete lack of creativity. Alright, HUD. Good luck, man. Thanks for popping by. Stay safe. We'll get there. Alright, while we are climbing here, I'll try to find a way to zoom out. The range should be here. It's not doing anything. Oh, there it is. It's the small... There are two knobs here, the outer one and the inner one. Looks like it's the inner one. There it is, that's the one I'm looking for. We're learning. Cool. On-screen chat is broken on my end. Oh crap, really? I hate it when that happens. Okay, we'll have to turn off chat then. Alright. Let me see. Open the stream again. Even my stream preview is broken. The mods are on vacation. Yes. I think Alex is trucking. I'm a bit scared about that battery. And also I think we will be a bit scared about the fuel later on. Looks like it's also not following the flight level change setting I set. It's only respecting the max setting, I think.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, climb and maintain flight level 440.
Wow. First time I'm going to reach the 40 levels, guys. Climb and maintain flight level 440, Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Was stuck around 10 minutes back. Well, thank you for letting me know. Let's fiddle around with the settings here. Let's see what we can do. If you guys noticed, I did turn off the tooltips. So when you hover over the buttons, no more tooltips appear, which is very realistic, but it's not very friendly for newcomers like me who are not familiar with the plane. Also, what the heck is this doing? We set flight level change for... No, it's actually alt at 31,000? No, that's not working right. FLC, there you go. Faster
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, climb and maintain flight level 440.
Yes. Climb and maintain flight level 440, Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Now that's a bit sketchy. There we go. Now we're starting to climb again. Good. Wow, when did this happen? It looks like we came from an area with no clouds, but getting into something with heavy cloud cover in front of us. Very nice. And very subtle, there it is. Ah, that is just so beautiful. 75, hey Rohan. Have a look at that. It's quite scenic actually, huh? Of course I'm posing for a photo. Yeah, he doesn't get 75 in Flight Sim. I don't think anyone can at this point. Not even with a 3080. High Cirrus. There's a mod for it. LFTT. Also in the mods list. There was a genius who found a way to disable the tooltips finally. Yeah, Swappy told me about it. Okay, looking good here. I wonder what else I can do on this side. Let's see. In the tuning, is it possible to at least tune the nav? Because if, for example, we look at the chart, where are we now in the chart? Oh, we're actually outside the departure already. That was quick. If I track 114, tune into 114.45 for nav 1. Yeah, I think it's just broken. Oh, that works. Nav 1 works. I wonder why the comms don't. But okay, I tuned into nav 1. How do I see that in here? So we are still climbing here, that's a good thing. But I think we are climbing very slowly. So let's go and lower that speed. There you go. So we can pitch up and then it will normalize itself. Slow down, there you go. What is VT, guys? I know V1, VR, V2, but what's VT? Alright, so... COM1, yeah, you can see it. You can see it. COM1, we're actually tuned into 118, but in the FMS, it's still 124.85. That is bugged indeed. I wonder if there is an alternative way to tune in the comms. I doubt it. Don't see anything here at least. Okay, but is there a way to track the VOR? Because we are tuned into the VOR supposedly, if that's still within the range. Relax. Oh, that's a good tip. That is a good tip. Sorry, I'm just geeking out. New plane and everything. I really want to know how it works. There is the nav thing here, but I think this is more for radio, the volumes, not the display in the PFD. Let's get closer to that speed. So that we get a higher pitch. Climb faster towards our cruising altitude. Don't really know the best rate of climb for this plane, but we'll just fiddle around with it. So all these are not working. That one is working though. I don't notice anything that changes. We have some anti-ice stuff. But yeah, nothing on the way. Let's see, maybe if we tune into something that is visible. Let me have a look at a nearby VOR. Okay, there is one here. That's an NDB 324. Let's try tuning into that DME. NDB 324. So this one, if I plug in 324, put that in ADF, that works. But where the heck do I see that?
Kilo 64, should proceed direct to Lasis. Could you check your moisture and call signs missing in Lima?
Direct Lasis and yeah, we'll just
Maybe here. The nav. Oh, that one works. VOR1. VOR2. Okay, that one is how you view the VOR. Okay, when we tune into something, that should work. PFD menu. Ooh, cool. Bearing source. So we can say which one is the source of the map and which one is the source of the nav. So the map is just what is displayed. The nav is what gets followed by the autopilot. Currently those are both at FMS1, but if we change this to VOR1, I guess that should change. Isn't that opposite? Should be map source would be VOR and nav source would be FMS. Anyway. Okay. What is this? That's, I guess, a timer, this one. Terrain, weather. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Nice. That's the weather radar. And that's, I guess, some kind of topographic thing. It's nice. And I assume there should be the same somewhere here in the ND. I don't know where that is. Let's leave it. Maybe the VT is the best rate of climb. I hope that's not the stall speed. It's not say VSO. So I guess that hopefully works. We'll see soon enough. LWR lower menu. Thanks, man. This one. Lower menu. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Upper menu. No, that doesn't work. Alright, so this one is for the ND things. That works great. So nav source is FMS1. What can we change here? Zoom. Doesn't work.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima expedite climb to flight level 440.
Well, why are we sinking now? You guys okay? We have fuel. Engines are good. Climb, bro, climb. Flight level change. There we go. Just takes a while to warm up. The autopilot is still not at its most accurate. We don't have the 1000 to go Annunciation either. But that's working pretty well. Use oxygen mask? That doesn't sound good. Is pressurization not working, guys? Where can we see the pressurization?
Citation 1 Charlie Lima climb and maintain flight level 440.
Where can you see the cabin pressure? Let's go to VS mode here. Climb 500 feet per minute. Can't breathe. Did we miss something? That one is the cabin pressurization. Not dumping it.
4776 Quebec approach, 190.055
There we go. We've now reached the altitude finally. Minor inconvenience. Nothing to worry about. Get off my neck. You left the door open. That's probably it. Okay.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima expedite descent to flight level 440.
Why are we still climbing? Oi. Yeah, the autopilot is a bit weird. So let's see if we can find something here. Display menu. Previous waypoint. Nearest airports. Is there something here about pressurization? I doubt it.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain flight level 440.
Descend and maintain flight level 440. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. We seem to be flying very slow.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima expedite descent to flight level 440.
Oh my goodness, ATC will continue bugging us this time. What I think I can do, because the plane is settling on that altitude, I think it's because of the altimeter settings. Yeah, it's detecting that we are at that point, so the local altimeter.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain flight level 440.
Okay, but maybe that time it works. If we force it, nah, not really. Okay, we do it that way then. Oh my goodness. So still quite a long way to go, I guess, when it comes to accuracy. But I'm happy to see the FMS at least get updates in terms of the V-speeds. Mainly, that's going to be a good help, especially when it comes to the approach. I guess this one is kind of an angle of attack indicator. Not sure how to read it though, but I guess you want to aim for that middle spot.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima expedite descent to flight level 440.
Well, we're getting there. And we are starting our... Well, we're starting to pick up our speed finally. We don't have flaps. Gears are retracted, but it seems like performance is not very powerful. We're only at 0.6 Mach, which is not bad, I guess. The airliners can go up to 0.7, 0.78 Mach normally. I assume this plane should be able to cruise at around a similar speed, or should be a bit faster. But we are super high up, 44,000 feet in the air. My goodness. That is beautiful. Take another shot here. Yeah, no contrails, not yet, at least. Just one of the things that they need to add, but for me that's more like nice to have. I would very much rather they fix the actual aircraft systems first.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, expect the ILS approach to runway 22 left with the CAS transition at Castro.
Okay.
Expect the ILS approach to runway 22 left with the CAS transition. Citation 1 Charlie Lima.
Let's double check that that is indeed what we are doing. Wow, we are pretty close already. That's fast. We are indeed speeding up. We're at 0.7 Mach now. 70% of the sound of speed. Alright, let's go and check. How do we check that? Departure arrival. Arrival ILS 22 left. CAS transition, that looks correct. Flight plan, if you go to the next page, we see all those stuff. Doesn't really detail the approach anymore. That's okay. So in terms of the approach, let's try this one out. Selected airport approach, the wind's there. Oh, how do we do that? Well, I have little Navmap here, so I can get the weather there at least. Should be a bit close. The winds are at 258 at 1 degree, at 1 knot. Outside air temperature is 11 degrees. QNH is 2968. Oh, I should put the decimal in, I think. There you go. Dry, is it a dry condition? Moderate mist, did not say any rain, so that's good. No, pretty calm winds. Next page. There you go. VREF is 117, VAP is 124. That is amazing. Okay. And the landing fuel is 3103. Landing factors, it's able... No, that's landing fuel. That's landing field length. Sorry. Landing field length. So we'll take 3,100 feet out of the 10,000 feet of that runway. I'm not sure if it considers our fuel level by the time we get there though. Look at that, we're very close to maximum speed here. VMO, is it? Maximum operating speed. We're at 0.75 Mach now. There you go, that's what I'm expecting. So if we send this one, then we should get those V-speeds plugged in to our reference, supposedly. That was fast indeed. Does the legs page work? It's there, but I doubt it will respect these. Where are we right now?
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, descend and maintain flight level 340.
Descend and maintain flight level 340, citation 1 Charlie Lima. Right? 340. Oh no. Going to VMO here. Why are we descending like crazy when I just lowered the altitude? We're still in altitude hold. VS. VS only at 1,500 feet per minute. This guy's excited. Yeah, still a bit buggy autopilot. Alright, at least it's following the VS. 300 miles is fast in a plane. Yeah, especially in this plane. We were traveling at more than 400 knots on the ground. So that's around, I don't know, 500 miles per hour with no traffic. Did I check my speed? What do you mean? Which one? Reference menu. There you go, VREF and VAP. Why are those not magenta? Those should be magenta if I save them. But maybe it will be magenta in the actual view later. 117 and 124. Those are accurate. Okay. Let's make that a bit sharper. 1,800 feet per minute. Am I going to hope that there is VNAV? There is VNAV? Really? Oh, come on. It does enunciate. The VNAV does enunciate. But I'm not sure if it really does. Let's see. We are Mokni Nemba. Alright, let's look at the legs page. Legs page. Mokni, that's the one. Flight level 440. Nemba is still flight level 440. I doubt it. It doesn't seem like it. Look at that. 3,000 above because that's the approach. But at the runway, it's expecting it to be at flight level 440. No, thank you. Yeah, I doubt VNAV works. Let's VS it again. A fairly large country, that's true. Still don't see the bridge, but I guess we shouldn't expect a nice bridge in this sim. Not the best at portraying bridges yet. My goodness, how high we are. You can actually see the earth curving at this level. And we've already started our descent. How's our fuel? Still plenty of fuel, that's good. They say this is a guzzler of fuel, but thankfully we fueled up nicely, so no problems there. I think after this flight we're going back to the TBM in the meantime. It was a good try, great to see the calculations happening, but yeah, still quite a few ways off with the accuracy. In the meantime, let me load up some of the succeeding charts over in Navigraph. Let me load up the approach. 22 left, ILS 22 left, pin that, and the airport chart. Okay, so let's brief the approach. Alright, here we are. ILS 22 left. How do we set our minimums? Minimum should be what are we using here? ILS Cat 1 208 208 feet baro. Right, we'll figure out how to set that in a bit. But in terms of the approach here, we should... Oh, how do you track that? Okay, we do have nav. Okay, let's say tune 109.5. Put that in nav 1. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see. There you go. And when we're close enough, if I switch nav modes, this VOR1 should change to nav 1.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Hopefully. Descend and maintain flight level 240.
Descend and maintain flight level 240. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. 10 minutes from the airport with a car. Oh, that's super close. Nice. Sure thing, LF. Enjoy, and thanks for the info as well. Let's zoom in a bit here. That one? No, I'm trying to remember this one. There you go. Now, how do you change the nav mode, the active nav mode? There, controls, nav source. Let's see what's active here. Terrain, traffic. That should be good. Okay, let's worry about that later. How to activate the ILS. Yeah. After this one, we go with Scotsman's, and then you can go with yours again, Tom. Let's go 2,000 feet per minute here. Descending at an acceptable level. We're at the flight idle right now. Keeping it steady. Sure thing, Rohan. So, any idea? Let's see, let's fiddle around with this. PFD menu, should be able to change it here. Well, that one doesn't change. Might be a bit tricky. Oh, bearing source. What is that? Bearing pointer. Oh, this is how you turn on the display. Yes, yes, yes. I'm getting it. So put in this one. It should show, I guess. But how? Is that displaying now? Anywhere? Doesn't seem like it. Well, maybe when we get closer, we'll see. And then they reference the minimums. There we go, barrow minimums. Let's go and set that. So the barrow minimums based on the chart is, what did we see? 208 feet. So let's put in 210. Go. Awesome. Oh, can you change the pressure? Might be a bit late to do it. Oh yeah, it works. Nice. Hectopascals is possible. What is MTR alt? I won't touch it.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, descend and maintain flight level 140.
Descend and maintain flight level 140, citation 1 Charlie Lima. Yeah, let's take a nice plane on that route where we can do more sightseeing. Maybe like you can take the caravan there. Or the TBM would also be fine, but maybe the caravan would be better on the visuals. If the caravan doesn't screw up at least. If it's not buggy. Anything up ahead? No, we're still good. Quite nice satellite imagery here. Not bad. We're a bit foggy. But that's to be expected at this altitude. Actually pretty clear skies, huh? That's good. VOR2, that's not what I want. Let me see if in the arrival there is a VOR that we can tune. There is 112.5. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to join us in chat so we can give you a proper welcome. Tune that into Nav2. We should at least have visibility of the VOR now. Maybe we're still a bit far.
Good morning, user 144, level 310 course to
Yeah, still not. That's fine. Let's keep it going. So let's go back to the approach here. We'll be going direct to Castrop VOR, and then we'll be turning 023 degrees and then 17 DME from CAS, from the VOR. We'll turn right towards 217 heading, intercepting the localizer, and then from there the final approach. The fix would be at 9.3 DME from the ILS. Have to be at 3,000 feet the entire time, starting from the VOR all the way as we make our turn. Okay, that looks okay. Should be pretty straightforward. Good. Keep the descent going. Speeds are okay. Still at flight idle. Yeah, looking pretty good. The bridge is visible in the map, is it? Is it this one? Right straight where my mouse is? 669. What does that mean? So let's zoom in here to see if we can find something. It's a bit too close still. Too far rather. Hey Flexi, thank you for following and welcome. I am originally from the Philippines, currently living in Singapore. Ah, that's the one. That's why we got the use emergency oxygen thingy. Because if you look at the oxygen PSI, it's at 0. So yeah, it looks like the pressurization was not working on this plane. Unless I missed a button, which is also highly likely.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, descend and maintain 3,600 feet, QNH is 1005.
Let's have that, read that back.
Descend and maintain 3,600 feet, QNH is 1005. Citation 1 Charlie Lima.
Switch to local QNH. 1005 or 1009. There's a bit of inconsistency. I guess let's follow the 1005. How does that translate to here? Because this one is still in inches of mercury. That's a problem. Well, we'll have to align it manually. 2968. Okay. It's good. Starting to get visibility on the ground now, finally. Is it possible to get into the passenger area here? Let's try. Oh no. It's a bit of a party pooper. Actually cannot go back further, huh? It's a shame because the passenger cabin looks pretty classy right there. Oh my goodness, that looks like real life. For a second there, the lighting in this sim is just immensely realistic. It's marked with the number 669 east of the airport. Ooh, east of the airport. Ah, I see it. Right. I see it. I don't see the 669 itself. I do see it's E20 Beverholm. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Little Navmap. This is Google Maps overlay. So that's the airport. And this is the bridge, I guess. Oresundsbron. So we should see it on our left. We'll be approaching here. You should see it on our left as we approach the airport before we make our turn. Right, let's keep a close eye on it. I'm kind of hoping that the approach is properly set here. If not, we'll have to manually fly it. And me manually flying here is probably not the best thing. We'll see. Does it need a large bridge? Let's see how that's portrayed in the sim. I'm not expecting too much, to be honest. Normally below 10,000 feet is on our lights. Landing lights. Normally the bridges are not well portrayed in this sim.
Thank you, 332, contact now Milan on 125.250.
124 approach speed, VREF is 170. Okay, 124. Now what are our flap speeds? Does anyone know? In some planes you get lucky, there is actually like a sticker. There you go. Let's see. Maximum gear operating speed is 200 knots indicated. Is that it does not say anything about flaps, but maybe it's somewhere here if you're lucky. Not really. Normally the flaps and the gears are a bit close, so I'm going to go and extend flaps at below 200 knots. I guess that should be close enough. If we're lucky, we can see a sticker here, a plate, which adds further guidance. Don't see anything in this view though. I also don't know what the flap extension speed is for the full flaps, but for the full flaps normally it's indicated in the speed tape. We'll see if it's the same here in this plane. It might be in this case because this was the largest in Europe. Oh, don't get my hopes up like that. You know how I am with bridges. So let's have a look here at the flight plan. So yes, that does look a bit strange. In this flight plan, it doesn't look like we do that loop. It looks like we just go a direct to runway 22 left. It's a bit of a disappointment. We did choose the right approach, right? Because if we go here, pick the departure arrival, ILS22 left with a CAS transition. That should be making that U-turn kind of thing, that loop. However you call that technically, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it works. Alright, actually level here now. And starting to lose speed, so let's apply a bit more power. can probably stay at around 230 knots more or less. Oh, this plane does not have an auto throttle, so it's just an arbitrary thing for me, this tape.
Eurotrans 308, west side 80, descent flight level 250. West side 80, descent flight level 250, Eurotrans 308.
There you go, that looks good. In this monitor, from when you reach a decel point, you will see it. Ah, nice, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't go beyond 250, please. There you go. Just balance the throttle. Slow it down a bit. Just monitoring my speed here. Okay, how's our fuel? Fuel is still good, thankfully. Probably a much higher burn than intended, but right, we are actually low enough that we are seeing the trees now, and the world is looking more lively. Instead of just seeing the satellite images, it's filling out with buildings and trees now. Now that looks much more pleasing to the eyes. So let's review here. Yeah, Recmo, and then looks like it's going straight. Looks like we won't be following that loop. Alright, let me do a check again while we're nearing closer here. FMS, VOR1 still blank, VOR2 is still blank. We should be seeing it now. We are pretty close to the airport. 112.5 is the VOR CAS. Yes. Strange. I wonder if that's also bugged. Where's the approach? That is the approach key later, if we're lucky enough to even see the thing, the localizer. That looks good here. We descended a bit too abruptly, I think. We're staying here in this altitude a bit too long, but that's okay. At least we get some nice sights from the cockpit. And maybe we'll get that nice view of the bridge. So we are at that decel point now. The bridge should be there, that one, right here on the final approach fix. So if we look outside, I think it should be somewhere there, maybe, or on the left rather, so it should be there. Let's see. Coming pretty close to it now anyway. In the meantime, let's go and play a bit with the camera angles. Nice shot here. Oh, that looks amazing. Jets look super cool, huh?
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, contact Castrop approach on 118.45. Have a good morning.
Approach on 118.45, Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Approach Citation 1 Charlie Lima at 3,600 feet.
39 takeoff, 3,000 feet, 1019.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, good morning. Radar contact. Turn left heading 186 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 22 left at Castrop, maintain 3,700 feet.
3,000 feet, 1019, Jersey 9 takeoff.
Heading 186 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 22 left, maintain 3,700 feet. Citation 1 Charlie Lima.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, turn left heading 186.
Heading mode here.
Heading 186, Citation 1 Charlie Lima.
Looks like they'll be vectoring us towards the final approach. I'm hoping we get still nothing on the VOR. Oh my goodness. Might have to land this manually. Right in front of us should be the bridge. I don't see anything yet. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. What city is this? This must be one of the cities we're driving through in ETS2. There's the island. There's Denmark, I guess. The bridge should be somewhere here, I'm expecting.
You can proceed at this one, direct.
3,700, yep, we're here. Let's slow down the plane so we have more time to adjust. We do have our speed set up. Reference speeds 117, 124. Oh, there it is. There's the localizer. We've captured it, guys. Localizer 109.5. Identifier is Oscar X-Ray Sierra. Is that the right one? Indeed. Ah, it works. Okay, at least at that point. And there's the localizer. We are far from it. We should be given a sharper... No, it's actually perfect. The vectors that ATC is giving us. And then the glide slope should come in here soon. That's the localizer variance. We are too much on the right, but we're making our way to the left. That's great. VOR2 is still not tracked though. It's a bit weird, but fine. There we go. Localizer is coming up. It's looking pretty promising. Right, let's see how that goes. The bridge should be right in front of us now. Still don't see anything. Speed wise, we are at 200 knots. Let's actually lower that down a bit more. Alright, let's just keep that in. The minimums I set already, that is 208 feet. I doubt we'll get a minimum call out, but we'll see. 217 degrees on the course for this ILS. Let's double check. 217 degrees, that is set properly. So we have the ILS properly tuned in. 3,000 feet. We should be given clearance to descend to 3,000. Once we're given the clearance to approach, for the approach, we should be descending at 3,000. There's the glide slope. We're already below the glide slope actually. Yeah, there we are. I hope this works. We will see. Let me zoom into the map and see how it's going. Yeah, that looks pretty promising. Let's go and tune into the tower already. Tower frequency is 118.1. Put that in here so that when they ask us to transfer, I'll just hit a key, not have to plug in the frequency. Alright, landing lights are on. Everything else not yet set. Maybe it's good if I go one notch of flaps already, so to slow us down even more, because we are approaching the initial approach fix there. I'm expecting should be given clearance soon. What is that? VT. Still don't know what the VT is. But there's our approach speed. Ah, I love it. The speed tape, even though it's not in magenta. There's the glide slope. Nice. When that's one notch away from center, I will extend the landing gears. That looks pretty cool. There is no speed tape to indicate the full flaps safety though. Flap extension for full flaps. Speed up a bit here. Now where is the bridge, guys? Anyone see a bridge? Not me. Well, we'll see. Should be coming soon, I guess. There is the glide slope there. Should I catch up to it? I've not been cleared yet. Yeah, let's wait for it. I assume they'll make us descend to 3,000 feet in a bit.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima cleared for ILS approach to runway 22 left, fly heading 19er to intercept final.
19er heading.
Cleared for ILS approach to runway 22 left, fly heading 19er Citation 1 Charlie Lima.
It's VS at 1,000 feet per minute. So we get to 3,000 feet. It's looking pretty good. The island in front, after there is the bridge. Okay, thanks. So it should be that one. I think I see it. If that's the one. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. I'll focus on the instruments. You focus on the bridge. And then we'll have to find a way to pause the sim safely. There it is, 3,000 feet. Let's go and approach.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
We are at 3,000
Citation
feet.
1 Charlie Lima QNH is 1005 at Kostrup contact tower on 118.1. Enjoy your morning.
Right, there we go.
QNH is 1005 tower on 118.1 Citation 1 Charlie Lima.
There is the glide slope captured. Oh, amazing. It works, guys. It works. I hit the approach button and we are established on the ILS. Let's switch to tower. Tower Citation 1 Charlie Lima established on the ILS runway 22 left.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima winds are calm, cleared to land runway 22 left.
Clear to land runway 22 left, Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Nice. Okay, so now our speeds, we're actually very fast here. Landing gears are down, all three green. I'm just not sure what the full flaps extension is. But I'm going to go as slow as possible, so it's safe. There's the bridge, or the lack thereof. There's a bit of land there. We are landing on the edge. That's the runway right in front of us. That should be safe enough, I'm guessing. Let's go below 140 knots. There. And then I go full flaps here. So approach speed should be around there. So I'm going to work with the throttle to keep that in line. There you go, perfect. Approach speed. Glide slope is a bit above, but good enough. Looks good here. Now my main problem is going to be the flare. With these jets, with the airliners, the flare should be minimal. And because I've been flying too much GA, I have a feeling I'll blow it on the flare, if not on the approach itself. There's the common problem you get. Autopilot is off. That's one of the common problems that people have been experiencing. On final approach, the avionics switches off and on, the autopilot and everything randomly braking. Let's also have a look at the airport here where we can turn off. So this is 22 left. We can probably turn off at Bravo 5 here after crossing this runway. Let's see how it goes. Alright, we are bang on the glide slope, a bit fast on the approach. So let's slow that down a bit. Looking good. Yeah, should be okay now. So we turn off the autopilot, turn off the yaw damper. Let me double check the PFD looks good. Yes, okay, good. And then we just use the glide slope for guidance. Winds are looking pretty calm and the visibility doesn't look so bad anymore. Maybe the sim is not portraying that properly, I don't know. The PAPI lights are saying I'm a bit low, so I'm going to go a bit higher here. 500. We do have that 500 feet call out. There we go, 500. 2 white, 2 red. Let's resume our descent. Man, this is super smooth. Minimums should be close enough. Didn't hear any call out. There's the tower. Actually, there are 2 towers in this airport. Nice. Looking good. Alright. Switching to idle. Oh, that's very fast. Slow it down. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the flare I was talking about. The GA flare.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima exit runway when able.
The GA flare never goes away. There we go. Made it somehow. Have to really have a different mindset on the flare for airliners and jets. There's no reverser on this plane, I think. I'm not sure how it works. But we can exit through here. Welcome to Denmark. Thank you for the suggestion on the route. Flaps can go up. Landing lights can go off. Taxi lights will go on. Right. Well, we made it in one piece somehow. Not the smoothest landing, but I'll take it. Hey, Mango. Thanks for joining. Underwater tunnel first. Right. So let's stop here. And let's report clear. Citation 1 Charlie Lima, clear of active.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, welcome to Kastrup, contact ground on 121.62. Enjoy your stay.
Ground on 121.62. Citation 1 Charlie Lima. Looking good. Let's transfer to ground and let's go and request for taxi instructions. Wow, that's going to be complicated. Ground Citation 1 Charlie Lima, request taxi to general aviation parking. Let's see what they give us. We lived, how, why?
Citation 1 Charlie
right?
Lima, taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Bravo 5, Bravo, uniform, hold short runway 12.
Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Bravo 5, Bravo, uniform, hold short runway 12, Citation 1 Charlie Lima.
Bravo 5 Bravo and then uniform until that point, I guess. Maybe this is the GA parking. Okay, that looks okay to me. So we will hold short on runway 12 and we'll be given clearance, further clearance to go. Okay. Bit lack of oxygen is not that bad. Oxygen is overrated. Which one, Tom? Nothing pops up when you hear notices. So now A320, no way. If this one is a bit clunky, the A320 will be so much more. Although the fly-by-wire team has been hard at work there. they've been able to fix the phantom problems that people have been experiencing, like random panel switches turning on and off because of possible conflicts with other players or AI planes. Yeah, so we'll see. They have been able to fix that at least, but still far away from study level. Good progress though. Citation 1 Charlie Lima holding short runway 12.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, this is Castrop apron ground on 121.62, please repeat your request.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima holding short runway 12.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, this is Castrop apron ground on 121.62, please repeat your request.
Let's try again. Ground, Citation 1 Charlie Lima holding short runway 12.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, this is Castrop apron ground on 121.62, please repeat your request.
Okay. Let's try it this way. Citation 1 Charlie Lima, request to cross runway 12.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, this is Castrop apron ground on 121.62, please repeat your request.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima holding short to cross runway 12.
Citation 1 Charlie Lima, clear to cross runway 12.
Clear to cross runway 12, Citation 1 Charlie Lima. There it is. Actually, the frame rate here in this airport is not bad, huh? Interesting. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Actually, for a jet, the visibility on this plane, it's not bad, huh? Like you can see end to end on this entire window. Very cool. So where is uniform? I guess we just go straight. We turn right somewhere. No, it's a bit confusing because uniform is not directly linked to this area. All the airliners there, they must be having a hard time starting their engines. They have bigger problems than we do. He wasn't gonna let me cross. Thankfully he did finally. Let's have a look. Maybe there's a marshaller here waiting for us, if we're lucky. This does look like GA parking. But actually, yeah, this jet is not bad. The feel of it, like in taxiing here easily, it's very easy to taxi. Actually much smoother than the TBM even. I didn't get to hand fly it as much as I wanted, but we'll probably do that in the coming days, and I was happy to see that the ILS was at least working. Let's see at least if the VOR2 is still not getting captured, which is weird. Unless I got the frequency totally wrong. You had to keep asking. Sounds a bit familiar. Cool. That looks pretty good. Uniform should be right there. Don't see anyone actually waiting for us. Looks like a large airport. Looks very nice. Looks like a large GA ramp as well. So this is uniform, supposedly. So we'll just find somewhere we can park over here. There's Rohan, not able to start his engines. Air marshals, I guess they would. Let's just stop here. Should be good enough. Should be realistic enough. That's you. Indeed it is. No one waiting, but I'll take it. Good. Parking brake is set.
Oral warning, okay.
Looking good, guys. We did it. We survived. First flight with this plane, not too shabby. You can actually turn off the strobes a while ago. Now, how do we shut down the plane? I guess we turn off avionics. And then we just go the opposite way. Can you just say stop? Looks good. Yeah, because that's the ignition. You don't want to touch that. Yeah, looks good. And then we turn off the battery. Peace and quiet. Looking good. And turn off the beacons. I should have done that first. There we go. Successful flight, more or less. This guy's wondering, who the heck is this guy and what's he doing on this parking? Party pooper. Let's take a shot there. Awesome, guys. That's one leg done. Thank you for the request, Tom. That's amazing stuff. Alright. Let's go and quit this. That's Alex there. Alex is busy trucking. Don't disturb. What was the route you were wanting, Scotsman? Let's go and trace that. Awesome stuff. Now, I did want to show you. I guess at the end of the day, the TBM would be a nice choice. I did want to show you this one. November 931 Charlie Lima. I downloaded a new mod for the TBM. I haven't tested it yet myself, but we'll see. Now, I'm not sure if it will be able to capture live weather. I have my doubts, but we'll see. My pleasure, Exarchus. Thank you for the tour. Sorry we didn't get to see the bridge as much. It says now that you flew yesterday is becoming your new favorite. Nice. Which Cessna is that? 172 or Caravan, I think it was. A 208B. What's a stunt plane? Oh, the aerobatics? No, I cannot handle that. Yeah, the Caravan is a nice plane. I will be flying that next. I would have to introduce some of the fixes though. There are some fixes that I haven't downloaded yet with like the G1000. There is a team improving that as well. Edmonton, Calgary. Where should we be looking? Let me see. Oh, there's a storm there in Halifax. Oh my goodness. Really? How are the winds like? If you set that as departure, 16 knots. Yeah, there's a storm brewing right in front. Right on top. Quebec is right here. This is where we want to go, right? Quebec. And then we trace the river around. Just a bridge at the end of the day. It's never just a bridge. So Scotsman said Quebec to Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island via the St. Lawrence River. So Charlottetown is, I think, was it this one? Let's have a look. I think little Navmap, it'll be a bit more accurate. So let's fly a new flight plan. Let's go for Charlie Yankee Quebec Bravo. That's the one. That's St. Lawrence River. And Prince Edward Island, this is the one. Okay, good. Charlottetown. This one. CYYG. Okay. That's a hurricane, not a storm. How do you differentiate those two? I've always been confused with all those different terms. Of course, I forgot already the ICAO code. Charlie Yankee Yankee Golf. There you go. Alright, that's our route. It is 342 miles, so I don't think we can take a very scenic plane because we will not be able to finish. Like, as it is right now, it's an hour going the straight path, so going around is even longer. But we'll see what we can do in the time we have. Hey Deso, welcome back. So we'll just do a VFR thing here. Let's start on the runway so it's fast. Departure 6 because the wind is calm anyway. Yeah, that should be okay. What's left of a hurricane? Oh wow, you know it. Nice. Still pretty strong though, 21 knots here in Charlottetown. So yeah, let's have a look at how the winds are like, how the weather is. Time for some sightseeing, guys. Winding down the stream. We went with a very heavy IFR flight a while ago. Very instrumental. Very much looking at the instruments almost the entire way. Minimal sightseeing. Now let's try and minimize that. Let's work on the sightseeing more this time. Hurricane Teddy. Hey Tigger, thanks for joining. Is that the name? Storm usually attacks you with leaves. Hurricane uses the roof of a neighbor as a weapon. I got the point, thanks. And what's a low pressure area? In the Philippines, we are pretty much used to, what do we call it? We call it typhoon. But before it becomes a typhoon, it starts off as a low pressure area, I think. I guess it's just the classification of how severe they are, huh? Here we are back in Quebec. I think we landed here a couple of times already. Why is that pretty dim? Well, we can adjust that here. There you go. And for those who are wondering why can I modify the panel brightness in the TBM using this knob, that's from a mod. Mod's list link in the video description. And this is what I was showing off, or I wanted to show off. That looks very different from the default, and that looks so much more realistic. My goodness, that looks so nice. Even though we won't be able to use it that much, but we can tune in some frequencies just so we have a bit more guidance. Let me see what we can tune in here in front. One sec. There is a VOR here. 113.9. If you look at the settings, I cannot track it yet. I think it's a bit far. That should be the Notre Dame VOR, I think. Rivière de Loup, 113.9. Yeah, well, that will come up later. Okay, BFD. Let's go and get the winds, option 3. No winds here. Don't tell me we have fake weather. No, we have right weather. At least the pressure is correct, but it looks... We do have some clouds. Okay, so that might be live weather right there. Okay, good, good. Alright. So we'll be cruising at, let's say, 2,500 feet. Should be good enough. Speed bugs, minimums, traffic map. What is that? That doesn't work, I guess. Yeah. Doesn't work yet. Man, that looks so much better. Good. Now, if I remember correctly, starting on the runway, something is off here. Oh, this time it's working properly. Okay, good. That one is not on. Okay. We won't really need it, but just to be on the safe side. Right, set that to runway heading. All good. Inertial separator is on. Heaters are on. Flaps are set for takeoff. Landing lights on. Okay, good. Hold the brakes. Set the torque. Right. Set takeoff power in here. Just keep it steady. 90 knots is our rotation speed. 90 knots, rotate. Just bit by bit. Positive rate. Tap the brakes, gear up. Pitch down, pitch for 115 knots. 115 knots. Flaps up. Yaw damper. Fake yaw damper on. There we go. Right. Now we can start our sightseeing, guys. Let's expand the map here. Okay. Here we go. Put in anyone? Cat 5 hurricane. Yeah, the difference between hurricane, typhoon, maybe it's just a geographical difference in terminologies, but I'm not very familiar with those. Okay, there it is, the VOR. I think it's still a bit far. Right, let's pitch down here. Fly level 2,500 feet. Just hand fly this thing. It's for a better experience. There's the city of Quebec. Let's fly over it. Still climbing. 1 second. There we are. Keeping it at 2,500 feet. Why does it look like that part of the city is all like black and dark? Look at the difference in color, huh? Wonder if that's normal. Find that a bit strange. Maybe that's not downloaded properly yet. You can clearly see the difference, like a clear line there. Like this place is filled with like pollution or something. I doubt it's like that in real life, but I wonder. I remember this. There is this famous hotel here, right? What is the name? Castle looking thing. It's not like that IRL, I can imagine. Calgary is like that too. I wonder why, huh? And that is beautiful. Although we are descending here. There's that hotel kind of thing, I think. That one. It's a bit low res though. Yeah, it's not yet fully downloaded. Look at how blocky it is. Yeah, there it is. It's starting to get in some definition bit by bit. But yeah, it looks like I had to download that again. Alright, let's continue with the tour. Didn't we fly here last time? Yeah. This is by Scotsman's request, but we're taking a different route. Instead of going straight towards east, we're headed north. We're tracing this river. Blame Scotsman. So this island is Ile d'Orleans. Does that sound familiar? Ile d'Orleans? Orleans Island, there we go. That's much easier for me. Thank you. How do you get there normally? There should be a road here. That's the one. There is a bridge. I doubt that's how it looks in real life. But there is a bridge connecting the rest of the area with this island. Other than that, I'm not sure. Maybe there are ferries as well. I don't see it in the map though. Let me know, Scotsman, when you want to look at a specific place. Otherwise, I'll just try and trace through the river like here. Bridge isn't like that in real life. I guess it should be a little bit fancier, huh? At the very least. $2,500. Have you been here in real life, Scotsman? This is pretty close supposedly to where you should be, right? Maybe we can find your house along the way. If you live in the suburbs. Going on the other side of the island, like here on the left. Sure thing. Oh, looks like there's also a plane right beside us. I wonder if we know that person. Maybe we'll see them pass through us. Traffic. None of the bridges look good. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have that quite locked down yet. Different level of AI they need there, I guess. Everybody look for the plane. Should be on our 10 o'clock right here. But they might be high up. Unfortunately, this map has a fake TCAS indication. Normally, you would see the aircraft there as like a diamond, and then you would see either a plus or minus, and then a number to indicate how high or low they are from you. But here you only get the lateral guidance. There he is. You see? The blinking? There's our guy. So high up. Probably around 30,000 feet up there. You've been in this island multiple times. Oh, cool. What is it for? Is it like... it looks pretty scenic. For more vacations, I guess. Lots of farms, looks like. It's a famous tourist spot. It does look like it. It's pretty homey. Looks like it's perfect for vacation. Oh, that just looks so cool. Can't go wrong with a TBM. Can you guys tell I'm a bit biased? Oh my goodness, the updated panels look so good on this plane. That just blends so well. Doesn't stand out anymore. Looks like we have some very mild winds, but at least it's not the 225 at 3 knots anymore. It does say no wind, which is a bit interesting. Do we really get times when there is absolutely no wind? I guess there we do. But even up high here, well, we can test it later. We can try to climb. Very agriculture. Oh, so that looks pretty accurate then, huh? Should be able to turn off inertial separator here. Should be fine. That should give us a bit more power. What is that huge building going in front? That looks a bit wrong. Guys, see it? Right there, smack down in front of us. Looks a bit out of proportion with the rest of the buildings. Mount St. Anne to your left. It's this one? Let me find where it is. Is it that one? I can't find it in the map. But I do see that guy. What the heck is happening here? Huh. Might be a bit buggy, this area. We're climbing. 1 second. Go back to 2,500. Somehow that doesn't look right. Probably bugged water levels or something. Stay away from there. Let's have a look outside. That is pretty scary, that area. Stay away. I was just going to say that they should have improved some of the logic when it comes to the terrain. I saw some before and after screenshots. Remember how it looked before when we passed some bridges that didn't look standard? They looked good, like they have the arches and everything, but they had like trees growing beside them. With the recent update, I think that got fixed. The trees went away. But yeah, I'm not so sure. Not so sure that it's fixed the entirety because of what we just saw there. Scotsman broke the game. Yeah. Hashtag blame Scotsman. Why 2012? Looks like we're getting more winds now. At least 1 knot of wind coming from various directions. Ah, I see what you mean. Like the Mayan calendar kind of thing. No, there's a... What is that? I don't see a bridge there in the map. I don't think that's right. Huh. Now we're too low. Let's keep this level. 1380 Ti. Yeah, most likely. And maybe not the Ti, but a higher VRAM equivalent. I don't think I need something better than the 3080 at the moment, but I would hope there is at least a higher VRAM. How about you? I don't think you need to change anytime soon. You just upgraded. 2012, I think so. I think maybe I didn't see it, but I saw the poster. Yeah, I think that's something with the Mayan calendar ending in 2012 or something, right? Man, these mountains are quite high. Can't actually. Let's try going close to them, see if we can get some updrafts along the way. Even if there are minimal winds here, maybe we can feel something. 4K 75. Yeah, that will work great. 4K. I would be pretty happy with 4K 60. But right now, if I aim for something, it's probably going to be 1440 at 144 or at 120 at least. Definitely, yeah. I'm not sure in your case which would be better, upgrading the GPU first or upgrading the monitor first. I think the monitor would be a better deal. Because right now your GPU is really underutilized. Fake pilot names from a plane crash. No, I didn't see that. Aiming for the monitor first. Yeah, I think that's a good call. The monitor would get you 4K. Maybe you'll be a bit under 60. But I think you'll still manage 60 with your 2070 Super. In some AAA games at least. And 60 frames and 75, I don't think should be that far off. I mean, you probably will feel it a bit, but it wouldn't be a real deal breaker. And worst comes to worst, you can always go back to 1080. I think 4K monitors should downscale pretty good to 1080 normally. Now you reach the point where this area is nothing but hills and mountains. It does look like it. Pretty high ones, the look of that. There's another island coming up ahead. Ilo Kodra. Oh my goodness, this is what I hate most about this place. Absolutely impossible for me to pronounce. Let me look for another VOR to track. Oh, so actually that's the same thing. 113.9. But it doesn't look like it's a VOR DME. It looks like it's only a VOR. Yeah, it's only a VOR. So we can track it, but there is no DME. There is no distance measuring equipment. So we don't know how far away we are from the VOR. We just know that the VOR is that direction. Interesting. At least that's modeled properly. Yeah, that's the one. However you say that. So where do you live around this area, Scotsman? Have we gone past it? Do you live to the west, south, east, or north? Another great spot to go. Is there a road going there? Looks like there is a ferry, but no road itself. Sure thing, Sarkis. Enjoy, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Gone way past it. Did you see it by any chance? Cool. Maybe we can pass by Rohan's secret house as well on the way. There we go, 2,500. Only accessible ferry, this one. Cool. There looks like there is also a small airport here. Interesting. We'll be passing it by. Runway 17 and 35. We can try and land there just for a bit of excitement. How are the winds like in this area? Well, winds are practically non-existent. Yeah, let's land there. Have a look. Right, Tom? I have a good one? Yes, let's do that mountain trip next. We'll have to spend another set of points though. Or did you spend twice already? Yeah, let me know. Flaps. One notch. Landing gear down. Get a bit of drag, slow down the plane. Runway 35. It is 3,171 feet. So it shouldn't be that impossible to land on. I don't see it at the moment though. You guys see it? It's that one, I think. Probably a soft field. Have a good night, guys. Catch you in the next stream. Thanks for hanging out. So we are on base leg here. Wind still nothing. If you've flown on the left side of Orleans Island, could have pointed out your house. Ah, cool. No wonder you're pretty familiar with that area. And no wonder you wanted to fly through this direction. Makes sense now. I guess these northern areas are a bit less touristy compared to the Orleans Island. Oh, the water does look a bit worse than before in the previous in the previous version. Now the water looks worse now. I think. Full flaps here. Because the water looks just too smooth now. But then again, there is no wind, so maybe that makes sense. Where's the runway? I think that's it. Grass runway right there. Let's line up properly. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's the one. Can't be anything else. Let's line ourselves up properly, trim it out.
500.
We are a bit slow. There we go, 85 knots. Where does it even begin? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, we don't have inertial separator, my bad. Landing lights are on. That's not as important as the flaps though, so it should be okay. Oh, that will be okay. There we go. Very subtle. Just put a bit of reverser in. It's pretty... It's like one of those hunting areas that Jack and Alex go to. Interesting. Oh, one sec, guys. I think there's someone at the door.
Oral.
There we go, now there's the mic. Back with hair. Alright. Let's continue our tour here. Off we go. Flaps for landing. Flaps for takeoff. Never seen clumsy hair. Sometimes it pops up. Now where is the runway? Good question. There it is. I think, or this one on the left, probably. Whoa, 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 whoa. Even that out, get some airspeed and climb out. There you go. Awesome. Just went in for a dip. Oh, over-torquing the engine. Let's go and check the right side of this island. Maybe, I think there is more activity in there at the moment because the left side is more of the river rather. So I think the left side is more mountainous. Hey Mignon, thanks for joining. How are you? There was a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico from where you're from. Move. You okay? Stay safe. Yikes. Shooting past over 2,500. Let's correct that now. Yeah. Well do, Scotsman. Agree. Doing good, doing good. Enjoying Flight Sim despite its bugs. Lots of amazing contributions by the community. $2,500, that's the one we want. Trim for that, there you go. There it is. That's the one we're looking for, nice. Yaw damper, fake yaw damper. We are flying over in Canada, started in Montreal, tracing the St. Lawrence River up north and going as far as we can before the stream ends, and then we can continue from there next time. You guys remember where we leave off, okay? Because we'll continue the rest of the trip around this river into the, what is that? Atlantic. Looks like I'm from Japan. Yeah, I guess the physical traits are somewhat similar. But of course, if you tell that to other Asians, depending on the country, they would not agree. Because for us, we look very different. But yeah, from a Westerner, I guess we all look alike. Anime country we all want to live. Very true. I had a phase where I was a huge fan of anime. It's been a while since I've watched though. Now I'm into K-drama. K-drama for the win. My goodness, we are so addicted to K-drama, Mrs. Clumsy and I. What are you guys watching right now? Any new series in Netflix or elsewhere? I heard about season 2 of Mandalorian. I have not watched season 1 yet though because I don't have Disney Plus. But I heard it's good. Highway 20, is that this one? Along the coast? That's very nice. Would love driving through there. Looks very scenic. Looks like H21. Yeah, from a Westerner's point of view also, we Asians generally look very young. And when I was in the US a couple of years back, maybe 10 years now, so I was probably, I was in my 20s already. People kept asking me for ID whenever I ordered beer because we just look young compared to how you guys look. You look like kids. Very nice highway here, like that junction. To the New Brunswick border. Where is that? Is that far away? I find some interesting icons here. Oh, it's closed. There's an airport that I think is closed because it's an airport with all excess on the runway, but we should be flying over it soon. I think it's this one. Wonder why they closed it. Rivière Quelle, Charlie Sierra X-Ray 4 IKO. Interesting. And I love how you can just travel anywhere in this sim, huh? Even though they have some water leveling bugs right there. should be right there, I think. Best genetics for aging. Proud to be Westerner. That's good. Yeah, we all have our own unique traits, which is what makes it cool. I think that's the one. Decommissioned airport, maybe. Rivière de Loup. Ah, that's, I think, the VOR I'm tracking. Yeah, that's the VOR I'm tracking, exactly. Rivière de Loup, that's the direction. So let's trace the highway. Let's do some signs, some kind of VOR. I follow roads IFR here. I think Highway 20 is right below us, so let's move to the left a bit so we can get a better view of it. My bad. That's it. Looks like. Nice. I think we'll be in time to land on Rivière de Loup. We can start from there next time. Let me try and plug that in if it doesn't crash. Charlie Yankee Romeo India. I'll need a bit of help from autopilot here. Autopilot heading, just maintain this heading, and then altitude 2800, fine. Slow down a bit, and then let's go for MFD here. Nearest airport, Yankee Romeo India, that's the one. Direct. Does that work? It works. Wow, cool. And if you look for airport information, Rivière de Loup, runways would be 50523. With the winds, how winds are, I guess 05 would make the most sense. No way, one sec. No, 23. Yeah, it's not too good, the winds. Although, why is it that way? Yeah, 05 is still the best, I think. Okay. Let's go nav mode here. And then heading. We track 050 for the runway. Yeah, it should be a straight in landing for us. It's going to be pretty cool. So we could actually go heading mode and VOR. Nav 1, and then the course we set to 050. There you go. Go to nav mode there. That means we approach the airport at a 050 from a 050 angle inbound, so that should land us straight into the runway itself. Cool. Thanks for joining. Hope you find the mods list useful. Let me know if you have questions. So the runway, the airport is 14 miles away. That should be plenty of space enough. Indeed. Hey Don Pan Pan, we just finished our flight with the CJ4. You can rewind the stream footage there. Now we're doing a sightseeing tour with the TBM. Yeah, not yet. There's Highway 20, I guess. Yeah, Highway 20 actually goes past this this airport that we're landing in. Way past. All the way to the end of the island, maybe? Sure looks like it. There's the airport. appearing in the MFD now. Should have visibility on it soon. Thanks for following, man. The CJ4, I don't have enough experience with the old plane. I haven't touched it because of the jets were a bit clunky before. But yeah, I'm liking the update. The FMS works with the approach speeds, the calculating takeoff and landing speeds. They all work depending on the flap setting, your current weight, and all that stuff. It also has a lot more pages in there, even though the pages are mostly still not working. There's the runway right in front of us. Looks pretty good right there. I doubt there are any approaches here. There are, wow. There is an RNAV approach. Interesting. Let's try. Let's test how this sim reacts to that. Yeah, runway RNAV 5. Cool. Tupon. We're way past it though. And there is no such thing as straight into there. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We're a bit high. Turn off autopilot, yaw damper. Just slow down here. Keep level for now, we'll dive later. 178 knots, flaps go down, landing gear goes down. Well, landing gears. The inertial separator goes on. Landing lights are on. There we go. Looks good. Sure thing. Yeah, I'll continue updating that with things I find. I enjoy right now seeping and sifting through the Microsoft Flight Sim forums because there are so many smart people there who just continue improving the planes by editing the files. They don't wait for Asobo to do something, they take it upon themselves to fill in the gaps. One of the new mods I'm trying out is this one. The panel looks so good with the TBM 930. Even though the buttons are not any more functional than they were before, it looks much more blending with the entire sim. It's one of the things. And then there should be a minimum setting, minimum call out, a 500 foot call out, things like that. VSET, PFD, crap, where is it? Minimums, baro. Let's say 300 feet, just so we can hear the minimum call out. There you go. Alright, full flaps. So we'll hear two things here, the 500 foot above ground annunciation and the minimums annunciation, supposedly. Landing lights are on, looking good here. Winds are not the best, we can work with that. Is it accurate? Sorry, which one, Rohan? This one, the panel? Yeah, I think so. For the TBM 930, based on their inputs, this is the real thing. There is the 500 call out. Now we might actually not reach 300 feet here. Well, we'll see. Because I think the airport is around... Well, we will see. Yeah, I think the original panels were built more for the G5000, which is on the Citation longitude. This one on the TBM 930 is the G3000. Okay, that's good. Keep it there. Oh yeah, unfortunately, yeah, look at how the airport is, I think, 400 feet above. This won't really help us. Floating again. Come on. There you go. that's okay. We'll make it through. Just apply a bit of reversers here. Go into the beta range. And off we go. Is there something here, or do we have to use... Yeah, we have to turn around. Because the taxiway is way back there. Panel rest on medium. I think if you're flying airliners, it helps the FPS a lot. But with the TBM, at least, I found that medium is a bit too slow a refresh rate. I don't like the clunkiness of it. And with the TBM, it shouldn't affect FPS anyway with high. So I think when I do switch to an airliner, I will set it to medium. But for now, high is good enough for me. Much more smooth. Much smoother GG. Awesome stuff, guys. Thank you for the recommendations on the places we go to. Had loads of fun enjoying new places and trying out new planes and stuff. There we go. Taxi lights. Also, for those who just joined the stream, you might notice I don't have tooltips when I hover over the buttons. That is absolutely one of the best mods. The most looked forward to mods I've been looking for, and finally someone did it. Check out the mods list, that should be there as well. No more pesky tooltips, even though they help sometimes. Oftentimes they break immersion more than they help for me, at least. So I'd rather have them not in there at all. Let's see if anyone will be waiting for us. I think that guy is waiting for us, but there is a bus waiting for us as well. So I'm not sure how we maneuver ourselves there. Oh, the bus is gone. Okay, good. Alright, that's the way it is. Rivière du Loup to Charlottetown next time. Yeah, sounds good. And they'll see what plane we use. If there is something new on whichever plane, we'll switch to that one. Who knows, we might be flying an A320. I like this kind of layout. You guys choose where we fly, and then I can just incorporate the different new updates in the plane. What happened with my synthetic vision there? Weird. Strange. Asking me to go left. This is what I don't like with the TBM in most of the other planes. They have this sticky taxiing logic. So weird feeling. Why is it asking me to go left all the way? Here? Okay. That was weird. Everything is good. Inertial separator can go off. Bleeds can go off. Lights. Just turn those off. Clean up the plane. Looking good. Go to low idle. And loving these panels. And we turn that thing off. He's happy. Good. Clean for me then. Awesome. Looking forward to that one. Oh, it actually captured that. Nice. 2 landings. That's a very welcome change. Awesome. Well, awesome stuff. Let's leave it there for now, guys. Thank you for joining me on this stream. Had loads of fun. Catch you next week. We'll continue this trip. Too cold. I agree there. Especially for my tropical guy. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks, Scotsman Rohan. Appreciate all the inputs. Catch you next time, and stay safe. See you in 2 days for some trucking. Have a good night in the meantime, and bye-bye. Clumsy flying.